Today we're going to interact with someone who carries over tons of experience in financial technology space, Mr. Charles Raj, CEO, Versify. It's an honor to have you on with us, Mr. Charles Raj. And Versify, very interesting name. How did you coin that name, Versify? What Versify is all about?
Sure, thank you for having me. Versify stands for converting our thoughts, ideas into a very metric form, into a more beautiful form. And that's what we believe in. We want to develop solutions for the financial services space which are more beautiful, which are elegant, and digital to the core.
Which are needy.
Which are needy as well.
Moment. Yes. And how did you choose the financial services industry? Because once they get into the digital and the IT solutions, they target different sectors. I mean, why did you choose financial services industry?
Sure. All our experiences have been in the financial services space, my entire team. I've been a chartered accountant but turned to work in banking technology sector for the last 20 years. Financial services sector is a more interesting sector today, and the solutions that they provide to customers are very important and vital to the whole economy. And at the same time, the modern digital underlying of how they connect to the human person in its essence needs a lot of transformation as well. Absolutely. Which is why we pivoted on the financial services space to provide digital and cutting edge solution to them, which is the fundamental of all our offerings.
Absolutely. The customers are also targeted based on the solutions you offer, and like the telecom industry and people, the banking also, banks also have edge over the others on technology part only. So yes. It's good. And within financial services industry, in what way Versify would want to make a difference, and what way Versify would want to cater into?
We are focusing on three areas right now. One is small and medium enterprises and micro, small and medium enterprises, which is called the SME and MSME segment. We are building an alternative channel for banks to digitally engage them. That's the first space. Okay. Second space is on personal financial management space, where we are building another alternative channel application for personal financial management and individual personal banking. And third space is innovation management for banks, how banks can organically grow innovative ideas from within their organization.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. And like you mentioned, India is the second most populous country in the world, and you have a youth population of over 55 to 60%, like our Prime Minister has said. And still the banking sector still haven't targeted more customers. They haven't taken people on board, I would say. They're still acquiring more number of customers. And will your technology help banks to acquire more number of customers and offer more products from their end?
Oh yes, absolutely. Across all the three areas, which is one of our important focus. On the SME space, we are not only targeting a digital channel for SMEs, it also includes the employees of the SMEs as well. So thereby, a lot of unbanked and underbanked population, as you mentioned, will come into the banking fold. And second is on the personal financial management space. It's more on engaging them through mobile and other alternative chat as channels. And on the innovation space, it is about rural penetration, how banks can get into rural areas and serve them better through innovative products and innovative services.
Like you mentioned, SME and MSME, could you please elaborate more on the SME part?
Sure. SME consists of around 36 million units in India. They form 45% of the manufactured output. They contribute to 40% of our exports, and they are a vast and growing sector. One of the major challenges in the SME space is the right infusion of funds at the right time needed to grow them.
Exactly.
And financial services have been traditionally facing problems in understanding them and making appropriate products suitable for them. Therefore, we wanted to address that space by providing an alternative channel for SME and MSME segments, which is where our accountable product comes in. So accountable is a new digital channel to engage SMEs, whereby small and medium enterprises can maintain their books, file their GST returns, and also transact with the bank as a two-way communication mechanism with the bank. And with the advent of GST, there are now a lot of synergies that are opening up for banks to facilitate them and engage them in a much more better way, which is what our digital channel is into as well. And by using accountable, the bank will be able to understand the SMEs better, understand the needs and challenges in a much more better way, and fine segment the SMEs into various subsegments and address them by providing more unique, more personalized financial services and products for them.
How Versify would make difference to people? How Versify would help banks to come up with new products, innovation to customer? How do you connect?
In the digital era, the expectation of customers grows exponential by time. Therefore, banks are under constant pressure to innovate and differentiate themselves in terms of their product and offerings that they bring out to customers. So, in this competitive landscape, rather than banks chasing competition and other fintechs, how can banks organically grow innovative ideas from within themselves? Because banks today have a whole vast experience in dealing with customers and getting to know the needs of customers, especially the frontline staff, some of the people who work closely with customers, and some of the people who have very rich banking experience are all working within the banks, carrying their ideas, carrying their innovation drives within them. Therefore, how can a bank tap into that rich knowledge source and experience source that the bank has and bring out various innovative ideas, products and services from within their people? So, this is the third space that we are focusing into, whereby we have our innovation platform, using which an innovation sponsor can roll out an innovation event across the bank and gather ideas, segment ideas, and then develop them into business case and take it forward for implementation. So, today we face a huge dearth in new ideas, new products, and new offerings coming out into the market, which could be handled and nurtured through a very managed innovation process from within a bank. Today, banks can deal with innovation in a much more mature way because a product offering helps them to segment innovation and also help individuals think differently in terms of how they can innovate idea, bring out their idea, present their idea, and so on and so forth. So, our product is pre-configured for banking and the banking space. Therefore, when somebody comes up with an idea, they have a very clear vision of where the idea falls under and what are its related components in order for the idea to succeed. Therefore, we have built the solution ground up for banks alone and have pre-configured it using our intellectual property and various research studies and experiences that we have built over the years, in using which the innovator or the employee of the bank will be able to slot their idea, describe their idea in a better way. And the second thing is the innovation platform that we have built is KPI driven. So, all the key performance indicators pertaining to a specific space or a subspace to which the idea belongs are categorized. Therefore, the person who comes up with the idea is also forced to think in terms of KPIs. What are the KPIs that their ideas will impact, and what will be the level of impact of their ideas on these KPIs? So, this brings in a discipline in terms of how banks innovate, and this discipline goes a long way in rapidly creating innovative ideas and bringing them to the market and rolling them out quickly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles, for your valuable time. It was a great experience for us. It was very informative. We wish you and your team a great success, and we also wish Versify to reach greater heights.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure talking to you as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.